Hello YouTube, my name's Imogen and welcome to my video. As you can tell from the title, I am going to talk to you today about a bit of a sometimes a bit squeamish topic or a TMI topic. So if you don't want to know about the nitty-gritty of my biology or you're not really interested in period talk, click away, this is not the video for you. So I'm going to talk to you today about how I have gone 10 months with no contraception and not fallen pregnant. Basically, what I do is natural period tracking. So before I had Noah, I had no clue whatsoever about how you, like obviously I knew how you got pregnant, but I didn't realize that there was like certain ovulation days and there were certain days where like it was optimal and blah, 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 blah. I genuinely just thought you had unprotected sex whenever and you could get pregnant. So since I fell pregnant, obviously it being an accident, I was really intrigued as to how it could happen and how to stop another accident happening again, because my next baby I want to be 100% planned and not a surprise. I can be a bit more prepared. So I looked into it, and basically you have 1 week out of your 28 to 30 day cycle average where you are most fertile. So your cycle basically starts.
Sorry guys, I got it wrong in this clip. It actually starts on the first day of your period and finishes the day before your next period starts.
I have downloaded an app which I think is called M Cycles Period Tracker. I'll put a picture of it and I'll put some inserts of my tracking on it. It is such a good app and the best one I've found because it is so easy to follow. So basically, the best time I would say to download the app is when you're either on your period or you are just finished, so you know the dates that you've done your period. So you put your dates that your last period started and finished, and then it all figures it all out from there.
Again, I was really confused and I got my words wrong. Basically, your period will start on day 1 of your cycle, then you have about 14 days until you ovulate. So 14 days after your period starts is when you ovulate.
For about 3-4 days before ovulation and 1 to 2 days after ovulation, you are your most fertile. If you're wanting to conceive a baby, those are the times that you get down and dirty and make a love. Basically, if you're naturally tracking your period and your fertility, that week, so from about 10 days after your period starts, for a week, you want to be either abstaining from sex altogether or using protection method, so condoms, which I hate using that word. It makes me feel so cringy, even me saying it just to myself. But anyway, sorry I said it, it's gonna get awkward. Just want to say, just a word of warning, the pull-out method doesn't always work every time. Take it from me, mum of Noah. It doesn't work. Don't be thinking that's a contraceptive method, because it is not. Why they say that you're fertile for about a week around your ovulation day is because sperm can last up to 5 days inside a woman. So even if you have sex on, 3 days before you ovulate, the sperm can still stay alive until the day that you ovulate, and it will find the egg and it can fertilize it, and bada bing bada boom baby. And same goes for a couple days after. The egg can still be like hanging around, it's going down the fallopian tube doing its thing, and if there's like sperm coming into that, it's gonna find the egg somewhere, and you want to steer clear just a few days before and a few days after, just to make sure, and opposite obviously if you are trying to fall pregnant. So if you're trying to fall pregnant, basically having sex 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 days before you ovulate, on the day you ovulate, and then 1-2 days after you ovulate. That's when you are going to get pregnant, if you're going to get pregnant. Then you have that 2-week window after you've ovulated until your next period starts where you aren't fertile. The egg has traveled down your fallopian tubes, gone to your uterus, not been fertilized, and so basically now it's just going, well, fuck, I wanted a baby in me, so now I'm just gonna go crazy and destroy your uterus. 2 weeks later, period. I'm just gonna give you a really quick biology lesson in case you don't know, like I didn't before I had Noah. For about 10 days after you finish your period, your ovaries are maturing eggs. And on about day 14 of your cycle, one mature egg, or two sometimes, that's how non-identical twins are born, come out of one ovary, down your fallopian tube, goes all the way to your uterus, and that's where it sits. So as it's coming down your fallopian tubes, it's either met with a sperm and they fertilize, make a baby, goes down to the uterus, embeds in the uterus and baby. If it doesn't meet a sperm, it will go down, and obviously it's not fertilized, so the wall lining of your uterus, which has been preparing to hold a baby, will shed and come out as period. So I hope all that made sense. I know it was a bit all over the place, but basically for a week around for ovulation, you do not want to be having unprotected sex. This is how you track your period. Now, obviously, if your cycle is a bit all over the place, it can, like if your cycle is longer or shorter than average 28 days, it can be a bit confusing, which is where this app comes in. So the app is amazing for, you put in all your information to do with your period. So on the first day you tick, yep, period has started, it's my first day of my period. You can track how heavy your flow is, the color of your period, you can track your symptoms, so cramping, bloating, emotional, acne, neck pain, back pain, headaches, all that sort of stuff, even your temperature and body weight if you want to. You can pop all that in the app and it basically calculates it all for you. So every day of your period you put in your information. On the last day of your period, or like the day after, you can say, yesterday was my last day, you tick that, and then it will do all the math for you and tell you when you're ovulating and when you're fertile. So it's so simple. The pink days are your period days, the purple days are your most fertile days, and the darkest purple day is your ovulation day. And it shows you clear as day on there when your next period is due. Now, I've been tracking my period since Noah was born and since I finished my postpartum bleeding, and it has been spot on. Like this month it told me, yep, you're gonna start on the 22nd, and morning of the 22nd, she came. It is really, I've been doing that for like, what, 10 months now, so it's really accurate for me. And that's how I've stayed not pregnant. I had postpartum bleeding for 2 weeks after Noah, about 2 weeks. Then I was on the mini pill for about 2 months. Now I found that really affected my milk supply. It also really affected how my periods came. I got them every 2 weeks, really heavy, really bad, every 2 weeks for about a week. So I stopped taking the pill and my body loves it. It's gone back to complete normal. I have an exactly 28-day cycle. I know exactly when I'm going to get my period. Now I don't need to use it so much because I can sort of just detect it myself through my body, and I know my body really well now. I know what I'm looking for. But it is really good if you are trying to get pregnant and if you're trying to not get pregnant. It's good for both if you're not on contraceptive and you don't want to have all those like abnormal extra hormones in your body floating around, because it's not nice, it's not natural. I like to just keep it as natural in my body as possible. Also, then I have a higher chance of getting pregnant a lot quicker and a lot easier with my second baby, because then I will know when to make love and make a baby. And hopefully it won't take me too long. With Noah, obviously, it was a complete surprise, so I don't know if it was good fertility or a massive fluke that I fell pregnant when I did. So I guess we'll find out when we are trying for baby number 2. So I really hope that wasn't too confusing, and I hope that it made a lot more sense than I think it did, because I'm really crap at explaining shit. Get the app, or get an app that's similar that you find easy to read. I like this one just because it is so easy for me to understand, otherwise sometimes it gets a bit complicated. But natural period tracking is very easy if you just know your fertile days. You avoid them, you won't get pregnant, and then you'll know when to expect your period, and you'll know signs and symptoms inside your body. You come to know your body really well when you're naturally tracking, and you know all the little changes, the little things in your body. You obviously have to be comfortable with your own body and comfortable with vaginas and comfortable with knowing the secretions of your body, which I don't find personally bad. I'm very open with that kind of stuff. I just don't like saying the words. But I'm perfectly fine. If you guys need any help with this, or if you want a little bit more information, please like me and ask me any questions that you need. I'm more than happy to help. Let me know how you guys go with that. Actually, maybe don't, because that could be a bit uncomfortable conversation. I hope that that made sense. I hope you enjoyed that. I will see you in my next video. Mwah, goodbye.